two top contenders in gaming laptops for 2025, but only one can take the crown. Which one really delivers? On one side, the rugged, battle-tested ASUS TUF Gaming F15. Facing off, MSI's GF65 Thin, the lightweight speedster built for gamers on the go. Let's skip the flashy marketing and dig into what actually matters. Each category earns points, and you'll see exactly who comes out on top by the end. The result just might surprise you. So here's how we're going to do this. I'm laying it all out with a mind map. We'll look at price, performance, display, battery life, gaming experience, portability, connectivity, and upgradability. That way, you know exactly which areas matter for you. Ready? Let's get into the details. Okay, let's start a bit obvious. Price. The ASUS TUF Gaming F15 usually comes packed with some of the latest gear, but honestly, you gotta shell out a little more up front. Like, it's not outrageous, but it's definitely pricier than the entry-level MSI GF65 Thin. Now, the MSI, this guy, it's got those regular discounts. And if you're hunting for one of the most affordable RTX laptops around, this is your stop. Sure, it sometimes skimps on the absolute newest features, but that wallet-friendly price, kind of hard to ignore. So on price, yeah, MSI takes this one. So talking about performance, here's where things flip. The TUF F15 just goes hard, honestly. You get those monstrous CPUs, like it can run circles around a lot of laptops, and gaming benchmarks are higher across the board. We're talking up to 2.8 times better multi-core performance. And if you're into those big AAA titles, you'll notice the higher FPS. Trust me. If only it was a bit lighter, but the MSI GF65 Thin, it's solid for those mainstream titles, smooth for esports, and the cooling isn't bad for its thin frame. Thing is, you're usually stuck with last-gen chips, so don't expect to be maxing out Cyberpunk at ultra settings, you know? Winner here, ASUS, hands down. Now, what about the display? The TUF F15 gives you a super buttery 144Hz refresh rate, so everything feels crisp when you're gaming. Plus, that brightness, up to 350 nits, so it actually looks decent even if you're sitting by a window. The bezels are pretty thin too. Honestly, it just looks modern. It is a tad heavier though, I'll give you that. Meanwhile, MSI GF65 Thin isn't slouching, with a 120Hz panel that's pretty smooth, and the laptop itself is lighter. So, not bad for gaming on the go. But hey, max brightness tops out lower, at 250 nits, and in some cases, you're dealing with older panels. Clearly, ASUS edges it with that smoother and brighter display. Oh, and here's something cool. Did you know both of these laptops actually go through military-grade durability tests? But get this, the TUF in ASUS TUF stands for the ultimate force. No joke. So yeah, it's kind of built to take a beating. Let's talk battery life. Always a big deal, but especially if you actually move around with your laptop. ASUS TUF F15 packs up to a 56 watt-hour battery. That, plus its latest CPUs, mean you squeeze out a bit more life. Still, it's a gaming laptop, so don't expect miracles. But it does beat the MSI. MSI, on the other hand, is a featherweight, but that comes with just a 51 watt-hour battery, and don't expect long gaming sessions unplugged, because it drains fast. Better battery? That's ASUS again. All right, gaming experience. This is where it gets spicy, right? The TUF F15 nails those higher frame rates. It's got that MUX switch, fancy talk for direct GPU access, meaning less latency, and better VRAM if you grab certain versions. Sure, the cooling system can get a bit noisy, and the laptop heats up under load, but it's actually built to handle it. MSI GF65 Thin, though, is great if you're into esports like Valorant or CS, and it keeps pretty cool and quiet. Problem is, on demanding games, it can't quite keep up. Easy choice here. The ASUS TUF F15 just delivers the better overall gaming vibe. Now, portability. This is actually MSI's comfort zone. The GF65 Thin is like noticeably lighter, 1.86 kilos versus, what, the TUF's 2.3 kilos? Definitely more bag-friendly. Both are slim, but ASUS's chunkier, rugged chassis is made to take a hit. Seriously, it's military-tested. Downside? That also means it's less fun to haul around daily. MSI might not survive a tumble downstairs, but if you want something you won't mind bringing everywhere, this is the winner. So for portability, the GF65 Thin easily takes the cake. On to connectivity. ASUS TUF F15 really surprises here, supporting fast PCIe Gen 4 SSDs. And hey, if you get the right config, you even get Thunderbolt. Downsides, it might not have every legacy port you need. MSI, though, gives a bit more USB-C action on most of their setups, but you lose out on those faster SSD slots. Just PCIe Gen 3 here. If you want future-proofing and raw speed, ASUS is the pick. So, connectivity. calling it 4 Tough F15. Last up, upgradability. Honestly, it's a tie. Both laptops let you swap out RAM and SSDs yourself. Pretty standard stuff. ASUS sometimes throws in an extra M.2 slot, which is neat, but opening either one might void the warranty, depending on where you live, so proceed with caution. MSI's primary SSD can get a bit toasty, but you get those easy upgrades. I'm calling this round even. Let's look at the scores for all the categories side by side in a quick radar chart. With just a quick glance, you can really see how the ASUS TUF F15 just pulls ahead in pretty much everything but portability, where MSI dominates. Honestly, if you care about raw power, smoother gaming, and want something that'll age a bit better, the ASUS TUF Gaming F15 simply wins out overall. Now, if saving cash and having a super light laptop are your big must-haves, MSI GF65 Thin is still a solid choice. But looking at the whole picture, the TUF gives you more, especially if you want to future-proof your setup. Like deep dives like this, hit that bookmark and check back for more head-to-head laptop throwdowns. Trust me, there's always another matchup to obsess.